Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Treasure Trove Tarot, also known here on YouTube as Mystic Moon. Welcome to my second channel and welcome to a general reading. So I'm not exactly sure what the theme is here today because one has not developed yet, but I will obviously use that as the title of this video with whatever comes through here today. So obviously just take what resonates for you and get rid of anything that doesn't. So everything that you guys see as far as the decks I'll be using, as well as that really cool Organite right over here with Jason Voorhees' little face ski mask is created by Michelle from Wing and Bell. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys. Let's see what we need to know today. And before I get started, I just want to let you guys know, just in case you don't know yet, the new website is up. So if you guys would like to purchase a deck or a personal reading, it's all in one place now, which is awesome. So anyways, let's do it. All right. So the cards that we're going to be focusing on today, we've got the Coffee Cup Oracle, very cool deck, as well as the 5-cent tarot. Now, I'm also going to go into my personal charm collection. So as you guys can see, I've got like this really big bag of charms I've been collecting for years. We're going to do like a little scoop here for some extra messages too. So anyways, let's do it. Okay, so we're going to kind of follow the little theme here, or the outline. The very first message over here, it says number 1, obstacles that might be blocking our way right now. So we're just going to follow it. What obstacles are blocking our way right now? For the viewer, whoever is meant to receive these messages today. What are the obstacles that are blocking our way? Oh, we have the heart energy. Look at this. So our heart is blocked. I feel like that is what it's saying here. I'm getting a few different messages actually. So for some of you guys, let's just say your heart right now is with someone else, okay? And for whatever reason, that connection is just not flourishing. That connection seems to be stuck and not going anywhere. It might be that you're blocking new love from entering into your life, especially if you want to meet someone new, because you need to let go of an old love. I know that's easier said than done. We can't just snap our fingers and just stop feeling what we're feeling. But there could be a message about this, you guys. It might even be maybe you're not hanging on to anyone. You just want to meet someone new. Maybe you just want to feel happy in your heart, love yourself. Love what you do, love life. And that could be really difficult right now, just with a lot of shit that's going on in the world. So let's go ahead and get a couple of tarot cards to see what do we need to know about this heart energy. What do we need to know about love or new love? This could just be loving ourselves. All right, let's see what we need to know here. We have the Empress. Oh, it's so beautiful. The Empress is, of course, the divine feminine energy. So if you're a divine feminine, this could be something about just your own love for yourself. It could just be the love of your surroundings, loving your life. This could, of course, be counterpart energy. So this could be about your masculine, depending on where it's at. But I feel like we have a blockage coming through here. Like we want to love our lives. We want to love what we do for a living. We want to feel validated. We want to feel like life is worth waking up for every day, right? And it's not that everything or every day is supposed to be a freaking picnic or anything like that, but we just want to feel good about what we are growing or what we are working on and creating in this world. That's really what the Empress is all about. That's why it says motherhood. We want to nurture something and take care of something. And why? Because we really enjoy it and we love what we do. So I feel like for a lot of you, this might have to do with your physical body, self-love. This might also have to do with your, like what you want to do for a living or what you want to do to make a difference in the world. So it is about kind of clicking into what you're meant to do, what your talents are, what you would be good at, how you could survive by doing those particular things. All right, so let's go ahead and get another message here. Empress is Taurus and Libra energy, by the way. And now we have the Knight of Needles, which is the Knight of Swords. This is Gemini's energy. It says unstoppable. So there is, of course, that song that's coming to my mind, and I'm sure I'm going to butcher her name, but it's, I believe, S-I-A or S-A-I, Psy or C-I, something like that. It's I'm Unstoppable. Yeah, that is a great song. And so it's not like, we just have this thought in our head that, oh, we're just powerful, we're empowered, we're unstoppable, we can do anything. that's the truth, but do you really believe it? Do you really believe it? Okay. It says action, hero. We need to take some sort of action, and we also have courage. So I was listening to the Crappy Childhood Fairy, which I do very often on YouTube, and she was talking about a little exercise. And the exercise that she was talking about was just to write down just everything that you absolutely dream of, like your dream life, what it would look like, even if it sounds ridiculous. We're just writing it down. And then the first step, the first thing was, what can you do? Even if it's a tiny little sliver of a baby step, what could you do to like actually take a step towards that goal? Just one. What could you do? And that might include doing something like research. Let's just say you guys wanted to do something like, you wanted to do life coaching. Let's just say it would require that first step. Google it. Maybe think about somebody that you know, somebody that you respect their opinion. Maybe have a conversation with them, bounce some ideas back and forth. But it's not enough to just sit back and think about things and dream about things and do positive affirmations. We do have to take an action step, which is why this card says action. The Knight of Swords thinks, but he also does too. So the Gemini's energy is about choice. It is. Gemini's energy is about choice. And I kind of like the astrological influences that are coming through here. So we have Gemini with choice, but it's also ruled by Mercury, which is mental strength and mental power. It starts with an idea. But then, of course, we need to take action on those ideas. We need to be motivated to do these things. The Empress, like I said, is Taurus energy and Libra. What is Taurus? Taurus is our responsibilities, the things that we have to do in life, how we have to survive, working hard, etc. But Libra's energy is about really enjoying your life. It's ruled by Venus, really enjoying what you do, loving what you do, and finding balance with working, but also having fun at the same time. So I feel like there is some sort of a message here about trying to figure out how we're going to enjoy our lives more with the things that we're doing. Are we taking actions and it's only dedicated to working hard and like suffering, right? Or can we start thinking about things that we want to do that we would really enjoy? And how are we going to obtain those things? Because when we're in that negative mindset, it almost seems like it's impossible. We'll never be able to do this. I'll never enjoy my life. I'll never find a good love. I'll never have this. I'll never have that. It does take hard work to a point. Yes, Taurus energy, but we've got to start somewhere. We've got to start finding a way to balance something out for ourselves. So if you guys are feeling mentally just imbalanced or depressed or just even negative or irritable because you don't feel like you have the capacity or the choice to do something that you would really enjoy in this life, Spirit's saying it's time for you to kind of take a step back and go deep into your heart, go deep into your center and ask yourself why. Why do you feel like you don't deserve this? Now, this may not have to do anything with a purpose or your job. This could be about a partner, a love. Why is it that we feel what we want is unobtainable? Why is it that we feel like we don't deserve a great love in this life? Why is it that we feel like we always get the shit into the stick in love? So there is some sort of an exercise that we can do. So, when I was just talking about that, the Crappy Childhood Fairy, her exercise, we could do this with anything. This could be about your partner, as in the partner that you want to draw into your life or what you want to experience and what steps that you can take to start going towards that goal. Because it starts with the center. And I feel like the heart, it's like the heart at the matter. What's at the heart of the matter? What's at the center here? What is causing us to feel like we can't have what we want in this life? What's causing us to feel like we can't enjoy our lives? What is this? Let's figure it out. So anyways, that's pretty cool. I love this. That is the energy to start off this reading. I hope it resonated. Let's go ahead and get another card. So now we're going to go, what is leading you to where you're at today? So I'm kind of interpreting this as what experiences have led you to where you're at today. Could be challenging, could be positive. Let's see. What has led you to where you are today? We have birds, news, and messages. So birds to me in Lenormand are other people. Yes, it is about communication, but it's also about the stirring of events. It's about other people's social. This to me is our environment. These are other people have really aided us on our journeys, you guys, to be where we're at today, which could include heartbreaks from the past, disappointments in love in the past. It has pushed you and propelled you to where you are today. So it is at the end of the day being grateful for all of those lessons and trying to transmute a lot of that energy into a positive, right? Try to turn a lot of that pain into a gain, trying to make that pain matter, etc. Let's do something amazing now with all of these experiences that we've had, good or bad. We have the moon. I love it. The moon's energy is connected to the sign of Pisces, but also Cancer. And it's also connected to the divine feminine. So I'm willing to bet that a lot of my divine feminines are watching this reading right now. So a lot of your intuition, your dreams, the things that you want to do, but also this is about what we fear as well. We fear that maybe, things aren't going to work out and we get kind of lost in the illusion of things, right? We're kind of lost somewhere in our subconscious. So I feel like what's going on here is that there has probably been a lot of people in your life that have jammed up your frequencies. Maybe you have experienced certain things and you're just like, I can't even trust my intuition anymore. I was so wrong about that person. Well, the thing is, there's a difference between our intuition and our emotions. And sometimes they can get so interlaced that we don't know what way is up and what way is down. So I feel with a lot of this earth energy with the Empress, with Taurus, it is telling us here that it's time for us to get a little bit more grounded. We can be heart-centered, yes. We can dream, but we also have to balance it out with that Libra vibe, right? We have to balance out that energy. And that also includes, like, if you're just working and doing nothing but, slave to survival, then you're not going to have any fun in your life. You're not going to have any peace. You're not going to feel any joy. So the major message here in this reading today is we've got to find a way to start balancing, making more time. And it's funny because I was just talking to my daughter today. She's my assistant. One of the first things that I said is, I feel like we've just been working and we haven't been doing anything fun. And she's like, you know what? You're right. So we are carving out a specific day this week to dedicate to ourselves. We're not going to work. So that is our compromise with our schedule. Yes, there's readings that need to be posted. There's things that need to be done. There's clients that I need to do readings for and things like that. But I've got to find a way to enjoy my life too, to where I'm not just a slave to the channel. I'm not just a slave to the readings that I'm doing. Because what does that do? It causes me to feel stressed, and that's just not good for me or anyone else. So I can totally resonate with this message, and I feel like this is definitely for me as well. So I hope that you guys are resonating with this so far. But the moon's energy is about, clearing up that vibe, clearing up our frequency, because if we're not clear in this energy, then our fears are going to start working against us. We're going to start believing all of the negative crap that bubbles up. We're going to start also believing what other people are saying. We're going to let what other people think of us or what other people are saying to us define us. This goes for the news as well, you guys. When you listen to too much news or you listen to too many podcasts or readings or whatever it is, you can start to find yourself kind of like, am I losing my center? Is this how I really feel? Or am I being told this is the way that it is? Are we even thinking for ourselves anymore? So it might be that it's time for us to take a little bit of a break on social media, even if that's a day a week. If you're a social media influencer, that might be like, oh my God, I have to be on social media all the time. Maybe take one day out of the week that you're just not on social media. That right there is a compromise. That is a balance there, and that's beautiful. And usually for me, it's Sundays. That's usually my day, Sunday, to take a break from social media. That way I have that day just to myself. And I mean, obviously I'm still like posting a reading that I have done previously, but as far as like being on social media and being active and posting there and doing all the stuff that I normally do during the week, taking a break from it. And sometimes we just need a break from it all. We just do. We just need a freaking break. So that's pretty cool. I like that message. All right, what else? And with the 4 buttons, which is the 4 of Pentacles energy. It says conservation. Okay, so it's being like conservative. It's like conserving your time. It is basically using your time, I feel, more wisely. It says letting go. We don't have to hold on so tightly to this idea that we have to do things this way in order to, be on top of everything. We have to be on top of every message. We have to be on top of everything that's going on. We have to post, do, all this stuff. I'm just talking from a person that's on social media a lot. But if you guys feel like if you don't work your ass off every single day, and then if you're not constantly doing something every single day towards your dream, but then you're not really having any time for peace and for yourself, you're fooling yourself, because all you're going to do is burn yourself out. All you're going to do is just feel completely depleted at the end of the day. And that's not the way it's supposed to go. We're supposed to be able to be balanced in this life. And so I feel, again, this is a card about balance. We can have nice things, but we don't have to be a slave to those things. We can have success, but we don't have to sell our souls to get it, right? We can work hard and we can experience beautiful results, but we don't have to kill ourselves to get there. So that is the message here. It is the key message today. Very interesting. So what led me to where you are today? I'm getting here that you guys have probably felt you've gone through some growing pains. You've had some wins, but you've also had some losses. And it's through that you are balancing out what works for you and what doesn't work for you. The kind of life that you want to lead versus the life that you don't want to lead. The people that you really value and that value you versus the people that don't, and that you're not going to really waste your time with that anymore. So do you see how the entire reading is about balance? But it means that things will balance out also in the world through your experiences with other people. You'll learn a lot about yourself. And some of those lessons, like I said, might be kind of ugly and stressful, but you are still learning. So you have been led to this place of wisdom to where you're smarter and you're working smarter, not harder. I love that. What now is hidden from your view? So is there something that you're not seeing? Is there something that is being hidden from you? Let's take a look at that. Are we missing the mark somewhere? What is this energy? We have key. Interesting. Yes. There is something that we still have to unlock. There is. There's something that's locked still and we haven't unlocked it. So this could be a talent. This could be our courage and strength to face something. This could be really truly loving ourselves and believing ourselves. The key is within. We always think it's outside of ourselves. We always think that the key is in that particular thing or in that person. And if we get it, then we'll be happy. It's never the case. It's never the case. I always thought that if I was married, right, that was a big one for me. I grew up very just in a... I don't want to say it was like a leave it to beaver kind of family, but I mean, my mom and dad and, I had two brothers and stuff, and we grew up very just 80s kind of, conservative, old fashioned, definitely old fashioned. My mom didn't work. She, took care of the family and stuff. So a lot of those values were instilled in me. And so I always thought that if I was married, that was going to complete me. And it doesn't mean that I'm not happy in the situation that I am because I am, but it didn't complete me. It didn't make me a whole person. It didn't. And so you don't realize sometimes until you get there that didn't complete you. You know what I mean? That didn't complete you. There are other things. So I think some of us feel like if we just met the right person, then we would be happy. Yeah, of course, there would be aspects of you that would be happy, yes. But then there's still that thing deep inside you, especially if something is missing or if you haven't been working on yourself, it's still going to come up. It absolutely will. It will still come up. So let's go ahead and see what we need to know here. Ooh, we have judgment. Rebirth. Ooh, it's never too late to start over. And that's true. I mean, I feel like I've had some sort of like a rebirth since I've been with Mr. Moon. I was married and we're together and things are great, but, something was missing for me just on the inside. And so I had my rebirth. Well, guess what? Just because I got to do what I love to do didn't mean that's where the lessons and the problems stopped. Hell no, it hasn't stopped at all. It's just a continuance of expansion and growth and pain and lessons for sure. But what I'm getting here, you guys, is you will always be called to do something that you're meant to do. To me, this is your destiny calling you. That's literally what it says: calling, awakening, rebirth. When it's time, it will be something that gnaws at you. It'll be something deep down inside that will just say, I still feel like something is off. That's because you have not unlocked that thing yet. So it's asking you to go deep within. So what are we missing? We're missing that there is something that's still missing, but the answer really isn't outside of us, it's within. And that's what we need to do. We need to lean more into our heart center. We need to lean more into ourselves instead of focusing on other people. Now, other people, yes, they're a reflection of you, sometimes a mirror of you, and they really trigger you and can teach you a lot. So other people are important. But losing yourself or feeling like you will be complete because of another person, that right there is key in understanding that will not unlock something within, that will not fix you, that will not heal you. At the end of the day, it will be up to you to do the work with whatever is being brought out in you, right? But you hold the key to your happiness, you guys. And that's what we're being called to do. So if some of you are in a situation where, it's like a karmic cycle, because judgment to me can sometimes be that karmic cycle energy. You feel like you're at your wit's end. You feel like you're done with a major cycle in your life. You're correct. You are done. And so now it's about trying to figure out, even if it's baby steps on how to get out of whatever situation this is, whether it's a dead-end relationship, dead-end job, or just a way of living your life that you can't stand anymore. The answers lie within, and Spirit is here to show you the way. All you have to do is listen. Okay, all you have to do is listen. So spend some more time in your heart energy, because that's really when your intuition is going to kick in. We have the 10 of Needles. 10 of Needles, you guys, is the 10 of Swords. Very, very painful card. You can see the keyword says backstabbing, painful end, betrayal. Let me tell you, some of the hardest lessons, but the best lessons I ever learned was in this kind of pain. Hate it, but at the same time have to respect it. The people that I have hurt, same thing. You have something to learn very valuable, not only about yourself, but just about life in these types of painful situations. So yes, life does bite, life does sting sometimes, but it doesn't mean that everything is just, horrible and that we can't ever pick ourselves up and move forward with our lives. These painful endings give us an opportunity to have that transformation and rebirth. So the judgment here, oh yeah. Karmic lessons, karmic cycles, karmic partners, people that you have connected to in a very painful way are part of your rebirthing process. So we don't have to curse them, We can say thank you silently or in a ritual, and thank you for the lessons. And this is what I've learned from it. But now I'm ready to let go. Now I'm ready to move on. Now I'm ready to move towards something new, a new experience, right? It's when we hold on to the old, thinking that, we're going to change this outcome. We're going to change this person. If this person would just love me, then I would be okay. It's not true. I think about something in my life from the past, and I know I've talked about this before, but it's been very painful for me because I, somewhere in the back of my mind, feel so ashamed of the way that I acted with this old version of myself, which is an old version. It's not even who I am anymore, but it just bothered me for such a long time that this person, like that's their memory of me. And to be quite frank, at the end of the day, I'm sure that they don't even think twice about me. So it's just all in my head at the end of the day. But I can't stand that version of myself. I can't stand that was the ending. I can't stand that that's their last memory of me, of being that broken person. But the thing is, that pain and that judgment that I've placed against myself through that experience, or maybe even the judgment that person placed against me with the terrible things that they said, has actually helped me to transform. So not every pain is going to feel like a gain, because you're not always going to get closure with that person. You're not going to always hear from that person to say, oh, I think you're a great person now. We're not always going to get that. Wouldn't it be nice? Yes, but we're not always going to get it. Sometimes the pain is all you have as a reminder of the lesson that you've learned, and that you're ready to move past it and you're ready to let it go. So that right there, you hold the key within. This person, that's why I'm talking about that right now. I always thought that this person would bring me this healing. And there's still a fantasy that I have around it. I'm not going to lie. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, sure it would. I'm not going to lie. But I don't need it to move on. I don't need it anymore to be able to be healthy and happy in my life right now and in the future. I can move forward. I'm not stuck like I used to. So we hold the key within ourselves for this healing at the end of the day, you guys. And sometimes that's what it is. It's like life's way of just saying, I know it's not the answer that you wanted. I know it's not the outcome that you hoped for. But the outcome is that you hold the key and you've got to pick yourself up off the floor and you've got to keep moving forward and live your life. You have that power to rebirth here. And if we're allowing someone else to hold the key to our healing, we're going to suffer in that Ten of Swords energy longer. So I feel like that right there is some kind of wisdom that's coming through. That's kind of badass, but it's really painful at the same time. So anyways, what work do I have left to do? I mean, I feel like that really covered it. So I want to skip that message. That which I need to leave behind, I just feel like that's in. So we're going to do what I'm going to find now that I'm leaving this behind. Okay. Because some of these are a little too redundant for me. So let's go ahead and see what it is that is coming to us when we pick ourselves up and we go through this rebirthing process and we move into the world's energy, which is new phase, closing up of old cycles and go into new phase. What is coming through for us once we do this? We have the horse energy, and I love this because the horse is all about power, freedom, and action. You see this, you guys? We are moving forward. We are free. We are no longer constrained by those swords in our back. We're no longer laying on the floor and letting that experience or our pain to define the rest of our lives. We're not going to do that anymore. We're going to take action. We're going to free ourselves. We're actually going to move because why? We're freaking power. That's why power horse, powerhouse here. We have the death energy, and I love this that this just came through because to me, this is like the major lesson for the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords and the death card to me are two in the same. The Ten of Swords is all about the feeling that you have of that death. It's all the stuff that created that death. The death, though, from in the major arcana is the lesson. This is you transmuting this energy. So it's just being confirmed here. Beginnings. That ending creates a beginning, transition into something new. And look at it. That's a horse, you guys. That is a horse. Now that raven, right? That crow, that raven, it's usually a bad omen. Some bad shit has happened for sure, you bet. But that doesn't mean that you have to carry that with you, carry that burden or that bad omen energy, that curse, that feeling of being cursed for the rest of your lives. No, you can move past that energy. So that's Scorpio's energy. This is also Scorpio's energy because they're both ruled by Pluto. So a lot of death energy here for sure and transformation. We have the Knight of Buttons, which is the Knight of Pentacles. Virgo's energy. And I really like this, you guys, because this is about moving forward. Yes, we're moving forward with the horse energy, but this is a seahorse. So I kind of like this, right? They have the name of horse, but this is a seahorse. So to me, that seahorse, very fragile creatures, by the way. They're one of my favorite things. I remember my dad, he used to have this saltwater tank with like all these cool ass animals or creatures, stingrays, sharks, pufferfish, lionfish, everything. But he had this separate tank with anemones and seahorses. And I just remember as a kid, like, I just loved them. I thought they were so beautiful. And it's very interesting because I believe the males are the ones that have the babies, which is kind of cool, you know? But but they were so fragile to where any kind of change in that water, anything that was off, it just killed them, right? Very sensitive. So I feel like there's meaning behind this. I feel like for the majority of you watching this video, you know, you probably resonate with being a divine feminine. No matter what your sex is, it doesn't matter. You resonate with being a divine feminine. And the divine feminine energy is all about the yin. It's all about the moon and our emotions and our intuition and going within, right? It doesn't mean that you don't have that masculine quality and that vibe that you can use to kind of, you know, kick some ass and take some names. You know, you'll pull it out when you need to. But this to me is about moving through life like the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is not the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands would go through very masculine driven energy, fiery energy, okay? I believe that Virgo is feminine energy, right? And I believe like Sagittarius is like Sagittarius energy is masculine energy. So there's a vibe to all of the astrological signs. So I feel like for this particular one, this is feminine energy. So we're still taking responsibility. We're still focusing on the things that we want to do, but we have patience. That dominant masculine energy doesn't really have a lot of patience. It's more about drive. But this right here, we still accomplish our goals, but we're doing it in a different style. We can still be who we are, you guys, but we can still be powerful. Again, this message about balance is coming through. We can balance both our masculine and feminine energy. I feel like for a lot of you guys, you have probably been in your feminine energy and you've resided there, and it's been valuable. But it is time for you to throw in some of that masculine vibe within yourself. It's time for you to operate between both the masculine and feminine within. They both have their strengths, but they also both have their weaknesses. It just depends on where you're at with it. So if you guys feel like you've been through the emotional ringer, you have really felt your emotions, you have really gone through that dark night of the soul, you have felt like you wanted to freaking die, well, this energy is basically saying here, you don't have to be a total hard ass now, Queen of Swords, cutting everybody up, you're never going to let anybody in again, you're never going to love anybody, you're always going to distrust everybody, you're never going to give anybody the benefit of the doubt. That's not balance, right? That's not balance. We can still do what we need to do. We can still make money, but we can also still do things on the side that we enjoy. We can still take care of our responsibilities, but we can still have time to enjoy our lives, you know? So we can still work, but we can also still play. So we've got to find our center, which is in the heart, which is interesting, right? But it's a different kind of vibe. It's a healthier vibe. It's a more stable vibe. You know, the Empress to me loves herself. The Empress, that's why she has this beautiful garden, this abundant garden around her, is because she's not really focused on what she doesn't have. She is focused on all of her blessings. She's focusing on everything that she does have control over, which is herself. She doesn't worry herself with other people, especially with people that, you know, don't want what she wants. She doesn't chase. She doesn't hunt down. She takes care of nurturing herself and nurturing her environment. You know, and she will take care of others, but it's not going to be at the detriment of her own well-being. So there's a lesson here in this. There's a lesson in you can be this. You can attract this too if some of you guys are looking for a new love. I can't completely come away from that because of that word there, new love. Some of you guys want a dedicated partner. Some of you guys want someone to share your life with. Nothing wrong with that, right? But of course, the key is within you. Be what you want to attract. Are you this person yourself, or are you looking for someone to show up and save you and provide all of these things for you? Spirit's saying, become this first, then you will attract this to you. That's what I'm getting here. And that works with not only romantic partners, but that works with people that you work with, your friends, your family. People treat you the way that you treat yourself. So if you are undervaluing yourself and you've made a lot of mistakes in the past, you guys have an absolute opportunity here to take that key and open up a new door and start over. It is never too late, you guys. And so what's interesting is that I did bring up that message or the experience about me, how I could not forgive myself. I could not go back and change the story. I wanted to so bad, but I couldn't. All I could do, though, at the end of the day was take that key, take the wisdom with me, and just open up a new door and not look back. That's all we can really do at the end of the day. And that's a really harsh truth, but that is it. So why don't we go ahead and I feel like I want to end it there because I feel like those were some pretty good messages. Like this is about the issue. These are about the things that we've learned. This is about where we're headed next. I want to go ahead and do some charms now. Okay. Let's go ahead and do some charms. So if you guys are interested in my charm kits, I do have beginner charm kits, and it comes with a printout of what the charms mean. It comes with a little sheet on how you can use them, and also it comes with like 30 charms. I think I even have a set that has little miniature tarot cards, so be sure to check those out down below. All right, you guys, what do we need to know at this time? Let's see what Spirit wants us to know. So we're going to do like a little scoop right there. What do we need to know? All right. And just so you guys know, there are no wrong or right way to read charms. That's what makes them really cool, is you can assign your own meanings to them. But this racket here, like, you guys can assign any meaning that you want. But the meaning that I assigned to it was competition. So usually, it's like a tennis match. It's a competition. You can think about things like that. So when it comes to competitors, when it comes to people that are in your life, and there was a message here about the people that surround you, this is about knowing who you are. This is about knowing what's important to you. Some competition and some battles are not worth, they're just not worth even being a part of. So you do have to see and kind of figure out what is important to you. If it's not important to you, drop out of the competition. That's just what I'm getting here. You don't need to be this. You don't need to be that. I think that sometimes social media, and I'm only just using this as an example, is sometimes you start to kind of look at other people or your competitors and you're like, oh my God, how is it that they can, do this and do that so effortlessly? How do they have the energy? How do they have the time? Dude, everybody is just different. Everybody is unique in their own way. There's enough to go around for everybody. So it's like, let's not get caught up in the Joneses. Let's not get caught up in trying to compare ourselves to where other people are at on the journey. At the end of the day, this is your personal journey. Let's just focus there. Let's just stay in our own lane. I really love that. Okay, so we do have Gemini's energy, and Gemini actually already came up with the Knight of Swords, you guys. So this could be Mercury energy. This could be about a twin flame situation if you guys identify with this. This could just be a choice that you need to make. So we actually have a few things here. I want to just get to all the astrology before we continue. Okay, we just have 2, it looks like. Okay, and we have Sagittarius. So Gemini and Sagittarius. Interesting. So Sagittarius is Jupiter. It's all about expansion and growth, and it's also about our belief systems and spirituality. So I feel some of you guys are, just take it if it resonates, some of you guys have been attracted to the twin flame journey, okay? And it doesn't really matter where you're at on that twin flame journey. It's been a part of your spiritual experience. It's been a part of your spiritual ascension path. It's something that may have triggered you and has helped you to kind of get where you're going now. So this is about, depending on where you're at, it doesn't really matter. This is helping you to basically ascend to the next level. This is helping you to kind of discover who you truly are. And we have happy energy. Of course, I'm thinking of that song from, oh God, why can't I think of his name? Pharrell, maybe? Happy. So it's about loving what you do and finding the joy and happiness, whether it's in the little things or the big things. Whatever happiness means to you, that is your journey. Whatever's going to get you to that place, that key of happiness, the key to your own happiness. There's something here about what you've experienced so far. It's pushing you towards that. Your competitors, the people, the birds in your life have really helped you to figure out what is at the end of the day going to make you happy. Now, some of you guys, this could be from another, like a feminine in your life. It says sister. It could be a family member. It could be somebody that was like a sister, so like a soul sister, that has been in a way like either a karmic lesson or a karmic partner to you to help you to see certain things and to help you to learn something very valuable about yourself. But the thing is, some of you guys have just met your soul family on your journey, and this is creating a lot of happiness for you. So sometimes it's not just about another person, such as a twin flame. We open our lives up to community. We open our lives up to a sisterhood, maybe for some, or just family, a tribe, a support system, a support group. So don't forget to lean on your soul family for support, even if they're not your actual blood relatives. There are people in this life that you have come together with that are key in your healing for good or ill, okay? That's what I'm seeing here. And then we have the round and round energy. And so this is basically just like, going round and round in the same circles over and over again. This is a reminder that we can break out of that cycle anytime we choose because of free will. We are never stuck in anything. I don't care what label you label someone as. I don't care what the situation is. We all have the free will in this life to break out of any pattern that we choose to at any time. So I love that reminder. We also have this energy says, never, never give up. So it's about keep going. You have that horsepower. Remember, you guys, don't give up because of your losses. Don't give up because of your defeat or whoever hurt you or stabbed you in the back. Don't let people ruin you for all future encounters, because when you do that, you hand over your power. So this hand here, this is spiritual hand, Zen hand. This is to remind you self-realization. So you're here to realize things on your own. Other people, yes, can be key in helping you to realize things, but remember, the key is you guys. So don't hand your power over to another person. You know, your connection with your higher power, that's really where a lot of your power should reside. And you can give away a little bit of your power here and there, but don't give away all of your power over to another human being, because I feel like this will only take away from your happiness, because people will disappoint you. People change. They do. So if we're not centered in that, then we're going to feel completely off kilter every time somebody changes their mind or has a bad mood. And that's like, just feels like a hellish experience. So now we have the horseshoe. Okay. So the horseshoe here, it's about good luck. So I feel like if you guys have felt that your luck has been shit lately, your luck's about ready to change. That's what I'm getting here. And of course, that's what Sagittarius is. Sagittarius is connected to the Wheel of Fortune in tarot, Jupiter, which means good luck and fortune. So something fortunate will come from this, you guys. It absolutely will. So don't feel like it's all been for nothing. Now we have the Buddha. So we have not only the little hand here, the Zen hand, but we also have Buddha. Some of you guys could be really drawn to Eastern philosophy. I'm definitely very connected to Eastern philosophy for sure, even though I wouldn't say, oh, I'm Hindu or I'm Buddhist, even though I have, done a lot of work in both of those temples and things like that. But I'm kind of a free agent. I take a little bit of everything. I'm very eclectic. I don't like to plug into one exact thing. But this to me is just about being even-minded and being balanced. You want that kind of understanding. Buddhism would be a great place to start with. So it's all about just being in that even-minded state. Okay, so this particular stone, this is a citrine. And I really like this because the citrine, you guys, it is masculine energy. It's the sun. It's connected to the sun, confidence, positivity, positive vibes. So for me, this is just a reminder that you can be strong, but you can also be in the energy of feminine as well. You can have both in this life and have confidence to move forward. And it's about shifting your vibes as well. The spider is all about fate and destiny and weaving your destiny. So we are the weavers of our own destiny. And yes, there are things such as fate. There is spiritual influence here. There are things that have been pre-written. But we are here on this planet with free will. It's one of the reasons that we came here. That's a kind of a mind bender sometimes, that, something should have been a certain way, but we absolutely refuse it, or someone else refuses it. And so we have to accept those things. One of the hardest things to do in this life is to accept something, especially if we don't want to, especially if it's not the way we want it to be. Acceptance is key to all life. It is, including accepting of yourself. And it's one thing that, like I said, I was struggling with big time. We have the crown. The crown is the empress, the queen, sitting on your throne, crowning yourself. If you guys want to be treated better than you have been experiencing with friends, family, lovers, I don't care what it is, are you treating yourself like royalty? Are you treating yourself as such? So we do have to ask ourselves, are we treating ourselves the way that we want other people to treat us? Let's really go into that energy and let's figure it out. We have the camera here, which talks about memories. Yes, our past is a huge influence when it comes to reflecting on past people, reflecting on lessons, things that we've learned, what people have meant to us. Memories can be a beautiful thing, but memories can also be very painful. Memories can keep us stuck. Memories can keep us hanging on to old stories and old cycles. So they do serve a purpose, but it is also about balancing. So if you guys are swimming in the past, constantly ruminating, focused on just, how great everything used to be, but you're not able to step into your present life and really enjoy what you have in front of you, that is why I feel Spirit is bringing forth a lot of these messages about it's time to kind of bring ourselves back down and balance and center ourselves in the here and now so we can start experiencing life again instead of constantly being focused on the past. So the little rubber ducky to me, you guys, is childhood. So it could be childhood memories. Maybe they're pleasant, maybe they're not. And Spirit is saying that we've got to find a way to get to a point where we can start to see the lessons there. We can take back some of our power, raise our vibration, whatever this is going to take. So I know that I was talking about that list that we write. This could also go for, healing as well. What's one step that we can take towards our healing? That could be going to Barnes & Noble and finding a self-help book. That is very small and it's not going to fix everything, but that's a start. We have to be willing to take a step because it's so easy to say, oh, man, I wish I would win the lottery. Well, are you fucking playing the lottery? You're never going to win the lottery if you're not even playing it. So I'm just using that as an example as to how ridiculous that is. I'm never going to be happy, but are you taking any steps to get happy and healthy? I'm always going to be fat. Have you ever set foot into a gym? You know what I mean? So it's as simple as that. That's like the answer is so clear, but yet we will do everything in our power not to do these things because it's easier to bitch and moan and complain. And I totally get it because I am a definite complainer here. So I'm not judging anybody. So we have the bells, which is announcement. So there's an announcement coming. There's something that's coming to you in the form of words, or maybe somebody will come in and that you haven't heard from in a long time, but it will wake things up. It'll get things shaken up here. And I feel like regardless of what the shakeup is, it's a good thing. And we have baby steps, which I was just talking about. We have to take a little baby step forward or nothing's going to change. So we have the balloons, which means up in the air. So I feel like a lot of us are just kind of floating around. We're not exactly sure what we're doing. And we know that we need to do something. So again, if it's just a baby step, that is something. And then we have these footprints. So the footprints, you guys, is an impression. What kind of impression do you want to make in this life? What do you want to do? If you were to leave this life today, would you feel good about it? Would you feel like you've lived your life? Would you feel like you've made some kind of a difference for yourself or for others? So if you don't feel good about that, Spirit is saying it's time for you to make an impression, to make a different impression. We have the koala, and the koala is basically chill vibes, chill energy. All this koala does all day is sits in those eucalyptus. Am I wrong about that? Wait, bamboo, I think, is pandas. Koalas are eucalyptus. Yeah. So koalas in the eucalyptus trees. I'm not saying like they're lazy animals. They're not sloths or anything like that. But it's just like they're very just mindful of how they spend their time. They're very mindful and methodical with what they do. So we do need to be a little bit more mindful, I feel, about how we're applying ourselves and what we're spending our time doing in our spare time. Is this good? Is this, detracting from how we want to feel or what we want to do? Maybe we shouldn't watch that podcast, which is like, super political and fighting and, all this like debate and shit. Is that going to make you feel good at the end of the day? It's just an example. It's just the kind of shit that really, really gets to me where I'm just like, oh, now I'm just like all powered, or not powered up, but all fired up and fired up with what? For what? What is the point? So now we have party and we have the Christmas tree. So the Christmas tree is joy, and we have party, and we have the word happy. So maybe some of you guys will be invited to a party. Maybe some of you guys are thinking about having a party. You're going to have a lot of good time at that party. and it's going to be fun. So if you want to throw a party or you want to have a get together with friends or whatever it might be, it's time for you to start including more joyous activities into your life. And it doesn't even have to be with a party. It's just saying that every day can be a party if you choose it. So it's up to you. Now, I also get for some of you guys, because of the discipline card with being mindful, are we just playing too much? Are we screwing off too much? What do we need to do to start carving out some goals and to start participating with, putting some little things towards those goals every single day? So we have TSX. No vowels here, so we can't make any words. But we have T and we have S and we have X. So those are some sort of letters for initials for some of you guys. Maybe something you're going through, somebody that you're thinking about right now. I'm not quite sure, but that is what we have for letters today. So anyways, you guys, it was kind of a very eclectic, I guess, message, and it either resonated with you and you got something from it or it didn't. But anyways, I just felt guided to just put something together like this and just be freestyle. So I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you got something positive from it. And definitely make sure that you guys are subscribed to the channel and leave a comment in the comment section. Just let me know what you thought about the reading. Let me know your guys' experiences. Just let me know what you guys thought about the reading and maybe the cards that I've used, your experience with maybe reading or charms or whatever you guys just want to put in the comments. I love reading them. And that's it. And so I will catch you guys. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow or I think it's going to be Thursday this week because I'm kind of switching things up this week. So I think I'm going to bring you guys a reading on Thursday. So I will see you guys then. And of course, my other channel, Mystic Moon, I'll be posting over there all week. All right, you guys, take care of yourselves. Bye.